For nearly 2 decades, the F-22 Raptor has represented the peak of American air superiority. When it entered operational service in 2005, it did not merely outperform existing fighters. It fundamentally changed how air combat was defined. Stealth was no longer a supporting feature. It became the foundation. Speed, sensor fusion, maneuverability, and low observability were no longer trade-offs. They existed together in one aircraft. At the time, no rival aircraft could challenge it. The Raptor's dominance was so complete that the United States made the unusual decision to halt production early, believing no peer competitor would emerge soon enough to justify continued manufacturing. That assumption would not last. As China's economic and military ambitions expanded in the late 2000s, attention increasingly turned toward American aerospace technology. By 2008, China formally launched development of its first indigenous fifth-generation stealth fighter. This aircraft would later be known as the J-20 Mighty Dragon. From its earliest public appearances, analysts noted a clear shift away from China's previous design philosophy. The new aircraft emphasized low observability, internal weapons carriage, and long-range engagement. Around the same period, a series of espionage investigations in North America revealed extensive cyber intrusions targeting aerospace and defense contractors. Court records and intelligence assessments later confirmed that hundreds of thousands of files related to advanced aircraft programs had been illegally accessed. While no single data breach can explain the creation of a modern fighter, the overlap in timing fueled years of speculation. By the early 2010s, visual evidence suggested that China's stealth fighter program had accelerated dramatically. Still, access to information does not equal mastery. The F-22 and F-35 programs required decades of refinement, advanced materials science, engine development, and systems integration. Recreating that capability involves more than copying shapes. It requires industrial depth, testing infrastructure, and combat doctrine developed through experience. The F-22 Raptor was designed as a pure air dominance fighter. Lockheed Martin optimized every surface and system to reduce detectability. Panel edges were aligned to deflect radar waves. Internal bays eliminated external stores during combat. Radar-absorbent materials were applied extensively, and the aircraft continuously monitors its own signature to detect degradation. Even small details such as hinge placement and surface curvature were engineered to reduce reflections. Its propulsion system remains one of its defining advantages. 2. Pratt & Whitney F-119 engines produce approximately 70,000 pounds of combined thrust and incorporate thrust vectoring nozzles. This allows the Raptor to supercruise at supersonic speeds without afterburners while retaining extreme agility. The aircraft can sustain high angles of attack and perform maneuvers that remain difficult for other fighters to replicate. Its operational ceiling exceeds 60,000 feet, giving it flexibility in both offensive and defensive roles. The J-20 follows a different strategic logic. Rather than focusing on close-in air combat, it appears optimized for long-range operations across the Pacific. Its large internal fuel capacity, blended fuselage, and chined forebody suggest a priority on endurance and reach. Diverterless supersonic inlets reduce weight and radar signature while simplifying airflow management. Internal weapons bays preserve stealth during extended missions. Early J-20 variants relied on WS-10 series engines, which limited overall performance. China has long pursued the WS-15 engine as a solution, promising higher thrust and improved reliability. While progress has been uneven, continued refinement could significantly enhance the aircraft's capabilities. Even with current engines, the J-20 is believed to possess a longer combat radius than the F-22, an important factor in scenarios where tanker aircraft are at risk. Armament further illustrates their contrasting roles. The F-22 carries 6 AIM-120 advanced medium-range air-to-air missiles internally, supplemented by 2 short-range missiles in side bays and an internal 20 mm cannon. This combination allows it to engage targets across multiple ranges while maintaining stealth. The J-20 emphasizes beyond visual range combat, carrying long-range air-to-air missiles such as the PL-15. Its lateral bays are designed for short-range missiles, though it lacks an internal cannon, reflecting its preference for standoff engagements. Despite entering service earlier than any other fifth-generation fighter, the F-22 has not remained static. Continuous upgrades have improved its sensors, networking, and electronic warfare resilience. Planned additions include infrared search and track systems that allow passive target detection without emitting radar energy. New weapons such as the AIM-260 Joint Advanced Tactical Missile are intended to restore or exceed range advantages held by potential adversaries. These enhancements ensure that the Raptor remains relevant even as newer platforms appear. At the same time, its role within the U.S. Air Force is evolving. Rather than serving indefinitely as the primary air dominance fighter, it is increasingly used as a test platform for technology shaping the future of aerial warfare. That future lies with the Next Generation Air Dominance Program. The sixth-generation fighter envisioned under this initiative will operate as part of a networked system, coordinating with autonomous wingmen, satellites, and other assets. Stealth will extend beyond shaping and coatings into broadband and active measures. Human pilots may increasingly act as mission commanders rather than direct participants in every engagement. In this context, the rivalry between the F-22 and the J-20 represents more than a comparison of aircraft. It reflects a shift in how air power is conceived. Stealth, data integration, range, and adaptability are becoming as critical as speed and maneuverability. While the Mighty Dragon marks China's most significant leap in fighter development, it has yet to match the operational maturity, training ecosystem, and combat integration of the Raptor. The F-22's influence extends far beyond its production numbers. It forced competitors to rethink design priorities and accelerated the global transition to stealth-centric air forces. Even as it approaches the later stages of its service life, it continues to shape the evolution of future platforms. Few aircraft in history have defined an era so completely. From its first flight to its final upgrades, the F-22 Raptor has remained the standard against which air superiority is measured. And as it prepares to pass the torch to the next generation, its legacy remains firmly secured in the skies it once ruled alone.